Hey, what's going on, everyone? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Welcome back to the channel, and I'm going to talk once again about the whole SRB Dynex situation. It is a crappy situation overall, and Dynex hash rate has taken a huge hit. So let's go over that, but this is going to be a very opinionated piece from me, and I just want to make sure that you understand that. This is just my opinion, my speculation. Everybody's entitled to their own thoughts or opinion on the situation. But just be respectful to one another, and constructive criticisms always welcome, but do not be a jerk about it. So unfortunately, when you search SRBminer, not only will you actually see where you can download Doctor's latest miner, but there's videos right below it, including one of mine. Unfortunately, that's just right there next to it. That does impact Doctor in a negative light. The dev, admitted to it, but still, can you really blame them for taking advantage of a situation that shouldn't have been there in the first place? No, not really. So I see both sides of the coin. 2.3.9 is the latest. I think that was updated last month sometime, where they were able to extract a little bit extra performance for some GPUs, and now we know how they were able to extract that additional performance now with this new information that's come to light. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my previous videos where I talk about the whole situation in a more technical aspect. But long story short, if you're not new, if this is news to you, basically the dev was able to focus their miners on just mining, I believe, the sats and not the machine learning. And so they were getting exceedingly higher hash rate than competitors, but obviously increasing the profits for the miner, but increasing the profits for themselves as well with the dev fee and everything. So a little bit of a shaky ground, but understandable considering. Now that's just a short version of it. Again, I would encourage you to go check out the more detailed version. This is just me spitballing. I'm not going to give it to you edited or anything like that. I'm probably just going to say something wrong, whatever. I really am over it at this point, and it's very unfortunate. Because the network hash rate for Dynex was around 2 gigahash, and now you could just see that sudden drop, that sudden spike drop right here down to less than 1 gigahash, right around 860 megahash for the overall net hash of Dynex. Now we're sitting around 1.22, 1.3 gigahash, so about 0.7 gigahash away from where it was originally. So that's a lot of hash rate loss just from SRBminer. And what they did is they chose the lesser of two evils that I talked about in my update with Yeti, and that is a proposal to focus or push SRBminer to strictly work on the actual machine learning aspect of it, and not just skip that aspect. And on top of that, a lot of people are like, why did they do that? I was making more money mining Dynex. This is just impacting me, the miner. This is BS. I understand that. I completely understand that. And you could see that with the network hash rate dropping, the difficulties also drop. So obviously things should level off as it is doing. And then profitability should adjust accordingly to whatever it is. And Son of a Tech argued for, you should have Dynex, you should have just cut off SRBminer completely, and that was one of the options looked into. But if they would have done that, then AMD cards wouldn't be able to mine on Dynex. But at the same time, with the current situation, you might as well not mine on AMD cards on Dynex, because you're not making anything. It's not profitable. People aren't going to be putting their AMD GPUs on Dynex because it just is not profitable. Matter of fact, I've been, as a series that I do of the monthly most profitable cryptocurrency to mine throughout each month, Dynex has dropped like a rock. And if I scroll down here with the 7900 XTX, you don't even see Dynex on here whatsoever. Oh, there it is. It finally showed up. For the past couple of days, it's been off. It just hasn't shown. And, they had to update, hashrate.no, and I'm sure whattomine.com, well, at least hopefully they did, updated their hash rates accordingly, because the 7900 XTX now is only getting about 2400 hashes, depending. That's where I had it. It says 2310 right here, but I had it around 2400 hashes. After the switch or change that was made to SRBminer, where I was almost at 10, 11 kilohash. So 2.4 kilohash versus a 10 kilohash. It just makes it like, why would I put my AMD GPUs on Dynex? I wouldn't. So hopefully the new miners that are planned to be coming out in the future will present or provide us with something feasible. We'll just have to wait and see. I am participating in one of these miners. I am trying to help not just one of these miners. I'm trying to provide some input and have some hand in the miner development. Can't reveal which miners are coming out, but I'm trying to help steer that. And I hope, with that being said, if I can earn your trust, you, the community member, the end user, the miner, then hopefully that can give you a little bit better of a feeling about the new miners that will be coming out. But, really comes down to, things like this happen more predominantly in the Web3 degen, craziness space. I guess I call it crazy. It may not be crazy. It might be fun for you. The whole NFT, Web3, degens, whatever. That's fun. It's a new world for me. I'm still learning it. I'm still trying to embrace it, but mining is really where I found my home. And it seems that, that same principle, tactics, organism has made its way into mining. And as I mentioned in a Twitter post the other day, it just seems to be more and more drama. Now, a lot of that drama, though, has been kind of focused around Dynex. Not solely around Dynex, right? There's been some projects, some rug pulls, some malicious code found in various, new projects in their wallets that come out, which is called out on Yeti.uk. If you haven't checked out that website, it's an auditing website that Yeti, myself, and a number of others are working to try to make it better and try to, obviously audit projects. If they want to work with the community and improve things, they can. If they don't work with the community and don't try to improve things, we'll call out their BS. But, why the number 3 ti.uk is the website. Unfortunately, when you start going into that area of, hey, calling out this project or this token or whatever, that makes you an enemy to some people and some organizations and some projects, but it's really what's best for the community. And I think the decision that Dynex did was best for the community. It's just crappy. If they turn off SRBminer completely, I think that would have been worse than just cutting it down to what it is now. But at the same time, as I said, the hash rate's so insignificant now that most people who are running AMD rigs are probably not mining Dynex at all. So you just excluded a large majority of miners out there. I know Nvidia GPUs are still looking pretty good with 1.0 miner, which there's a new version right now, a beta version if you haven't checked that out. That brings the hash rate up a little bit. And actually, to speak about that, because I actually have a picture with this new version, I did see a drop in hash rate. The top picture is what I was getting before with the same clock, same settings, same configuration. Ignore the fact that your clocks are better and I should be doing this or that. Just ignore the fact. So 6.63 kilohash before, and then it dropped down to 585. But then once things settled down, like my monitor turned off and things got to chill out, it actually got back up to, I would say, it's 6.21. So I lost about 0.4 kilohash with the latest 1.0 miner, but it is a beta version and updates will continue to optimize and improve. But unfortunately, 1.0 miner is only available for Nvidia. So it's still a crappy situation. But all I can say is if you were a teacher, professor, what have you, and you had a student who was notorious at turning in work that was either incorrect or copied from somebody else, would you continue to give them an A and A plus or credit towards that assignment? No, you wouldn't. And so even though it was an advantage that the dev from SRB, Doctor, again, I thank them for so many years in the service of crypto miners and what they have contributed. Just unfortunately, this happened. But, if letting that continue on would have invalidated the data that Dynex is shooting for, right? Like if they have a company come to them and they need a particular project worked on, compute, render, machine learning, whatever it might be, and that data is flawed or corrupt or incomplete, then it's just hurting the statistics, and then you're not getting a complete job. You're not getting the full picture. You're not getting the accurate data. And so accuracy is very important. So you Dynex needs to ensure that stuff like this can't happen in the future. That's your job, to make sure that your processes, your project, your internal workings is able to not be manipulated or taken advantage of by outsiders, whether that be miner devs, miners themselves, because that was the first thing we saw, is miners themselves being able to manipulate things at the memory level, thus improving their hash rate, or maybe a larger organization that just knows how to game the system. You need to mitigate those and stop those, because your data accuracy is going to be super important to your end clients, not the end users, us the miners, but their end clients that come to them saying, hey, I need this job ran. So it's the lesser of three evils, so to speak. Not the best option, not the one Son of a Tech would have liked, not the one that I personally like, but yet one that needed to be done. Hopefully these AMD miners come out soon, and I know it sucks, but I can't keep repeating myself in DMs and Discord and Twitter and stuff like that, so I just wanted to air it all out here. The full technical breakdown is provided by Yeti on my channel with me in a call, but it's just a crappy situation all around. So Dynex just needs to continue to improve, innovate, mitigate, and continue building, but they're not the only proof of use of work project out there, and these other products that are in that arena are going to capitalize on your failures. So if you don't want that to happen, you need to keep proceeding forward, but in a clear, concise manner, to where you're not having any more of these little issues, because I'm tired of hearing about Dynex having this issue, and it's not Dynex itself, but it's users being able to manipulate, circumvent, or exploit the mining aspect of Dynex, or whatever it might be. Like, we're mining on CPUs, or a data center is able to get extraordinary amounts of hash compared to the average end user, or the memory cheat. And then now the dev, who was able to technically do it at the memory level, but built into their miner. It's again, go watch the technical video, but it's just a crappy situation, and I just wanted to get this off of my chest so I can move on. I got more things to worry about. Getting ready for Thanksgiving, so if I don't talk to you or see you before then, have a happy Thanksgiving. Once we're back, we gotta get the immersion set up, the C2 kit from Foghashing configured. That's going to take a lot of work. I still got to order parts and stuff like that, but we at least have our S19K Pro, which you should have content coming to you soon about that. And if you want real-time updates, join the channel, members down below, or join the Patreon. Both of those are open. Get access to the Discord if you do. I am welcoming people to jump in the Discord. It's very quiet. It's not as profound as, say, as some of my other content creator colleagues. But it is a nice quiet place where one can talk to one, people can congregate, talk, share information, whatever it might be, because it's not public like others are that usually get hit with a bunch of spam and bots and all kinds of stuff. But either way, if you're interested and you have the funds to support the channel, I greatly appreciate it. But just hit the like button on the way out, get subscribed, hit the notification button to stay up to date, as well as check out additional links in the description to help support us and what we do here, like this talking head video, which I apologize. I know most of you don't like that type of content, but thank you for hearing me out. And if you stood this long into this conversation or into this video, do me a favor. In the comments, put hashtag Vega talks too much. There you go. I'll catch you in the next one. Have a wonderful day. Take care.